And that is then in Aduard, Groningen, the Abbey Church. One of the oldest churches in Groningen. In Aduard then, the village square, the Singel, and a look at some of the old houses. Let's see if we can get some. Maybe we can get some dates on it. I'll have to look around the church and find out.
Door. Door. Kun je zo zien?
Ja, but even the camera.
Ja, ik kan het niet lezen hoor.
No.
Door den predikant. Ik kan het niet lezen.
No.
Wat?
No. John is trying. Hey? 1869. 1869 it says on the little stone there. The 25th of March 1869. Yeah, that is hard to get anything clear on that, eh? Look at the difference in the roof tile. The hollow white roof tile, and there it changes over into the half pipe roof tile. Look at how close those rows are together, and a little bit further on again how much wider they are. Looking up at the rooftop, the weather vane, which of course always is a rooster. It's hard to tell anybody what style this is, but it is mainly the Roman architecture with the half-round window tops. Now this is the gravestone of an aunt of Mom's. That is a gravestone of an aunt and uncle of Mom, of the Vander Boers. That is the gravestone of your grandmother on Mom's side, Johanna Bottema. No, yet your grandfather, and there of your grandmother on Mama's side. Now that is the grave marker of your great-grandparents on Mom's side, Engelina Bottema and Dirk van der Boer. It's too bad that the lettering is, it's hard to get everything in there. That's what it looks like. Now I'll give you a general view of the cemetery and see how close everything here is together. Uncle Chris is with us. Uncle Harry to tell me where everybody lies in the shadow of the church. A couple of young people. You better walk. Frank, walk that away for a moment. Some young people with us. That's Frank. That's Harry's son. And what's your name again? Nicolene. Oh, I didn't know. Nicolene, another one of Harry's kids. That's all that Harry says he's got. Maybe he's got some running around in the wild, and he is smiling while I'm telling. This is the gravestone then of your great-grandparents, Jacob Bodema and Petronella C. Leegte. And Jantje Liedmaier, she was the second mother, the stepmother. Another cousin, not known to Mom. That then has to be an aunt of your grandfather. And these are your great-grandparents from Mom's father's side. And all this in the churchyard of Kloosterburen, Groningen. Mom's birthplace and the place where Mom spent her youth. And where I met Mom, and for the last year and a half before our marriage, we lived here. That was my boss. This fellow I worked for a year and a half. And just when he was retired, when he had sold his bakery, he went for a holiday to the Canary Islands and never came back. Well, it's not much. Door is in hand. Yeah, he's coming up again. Yeah, this is the grave then of the last of Mom's uncles. Not much to see, the stone is not there yet. And that is Mom's uncle, Uncle Gerard, and Tante Nel. Recently died here, and are buried right here. Yeah? No, it is, hey? Verband, yeah. So here we are in Verband. The Tante G has written a little book about the monument of the month, and that is the Rotonde Church here in Verband. This is what it looks like now, and we're going to walk up to the church. There's the highway from Heerenveen to Groningen. That is the church that's built by an architect by the name of Romein. And here then is een tentoonstelling of his work we're going to look at in a moment. It's almost impossible not to take this. That's then what is a Frisian graveyard. This then is the church. Happy are those who hear the word of the Lord and stay the same. So, architect this little church, a fellow by the name of Romein. Just. Bij de treien, de Ruten, just. Haha.
Nee, hier wat maar even al treien. Het Fries,
ja.
Daar in de grote kerkstrutten, bij het Fries avondcollege opstiet.
En is er nog wat bijzonders van Toerke, van het Dworkegriet? Ja, er staat er nog iets uit. And that is the gravestone of your grandmother, of Beppe. Look at the initials, W on the top, for Wopke, M in the center, for Menke, H on the right side for Tante Hill, on the left there, G for Grey, on the other side mine, H for Hidde, A on the bottom for Agniet, and R for Riek, or J for jou Rika. Trouwd mooi, married to Gerben Jerema. And then the date.
Born. This we saw.
Oh, ja. Heb je de weduwe van Omke Iep?
Ja, van Iepke.
No?
Ja. Ja. This was an aunt of Beppe's. On both sides, she was married to a brother of Beppe's parents, and she was a sister of Beppe's mother. Now that is Mem's oldest brother and his wife. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what they told us when we were in Canada. You go to the graveyard, there you meet the people that you have known,
Yeah.
and in the village you have to look for them.
Yeah.
And there's another brother, Sjoerd Huisman, and his wife, Helena Potma, and I'm shaking. That's the backside of the church of St. Nicholas of Tolentine. The church your grandparents, my parents, got married in. Well, the church in Witmarsum, the one dedicated to St. Nicholas of Tolentine. On the 25th of May, 1927, your grandparents, Gerben Jerema and Tjitske Huisman, my parents got married in here. The church was associated with the cloister of the Augustine Fathers in Witmarsum. They didn't have to walk far, because that's where the city hall was, where they first had to have the civil ceremony. So from there, they could walk across the street to the church. A little parish church of Witmarsum, St. Nicholas of Tolentine. Too bad I cannot look inside. The door is locked. Again, a little part of the church, the back side of the church, and the cloister of the Augustines. And this was the chapel of the cloister. The Augustine Fathers were very progressive. They had lots of things going on for their parishioners. It was a good group. Parker was always full of praise about the Fathers Augustines. Ternard, a little village all the way in the north of Friesland, close to the Waddenzee. Here is where Uncle Wop's organ builders are inside are working. So we're going inside. This is the church. And that's the steeple. There's Uncle Wop's cart, Tante Toos going in, Uncle Wop going in, and there are the people. In Ternard. And as in practically every village in Holland, the graves of the soldiers that came down, that fell in the war of 1940-45. here. 5 graves. Simply says an airman. The next one. H. Nash, pilot, Royal Air Force, 3rd of August, 1943, 8:29. Number 3. R.J. Herring, wireless operator, Royal Air Force, 3rd of August, 1943. And 4.
Canadian Air.
So, flying officer, E.W. Fitzgerald, navigate, Royal Canadian Air Force, 3rd of August, 1943, 8:22. Number 5.
Yeah.
J. Cohen, yeah, J. Cohen, Royal Gunner, Royal Air Force Air Gunner, Royal Air Force, 3rd of August 1943, 8:21. There they are, the heroes for the Dutch, the Second World War.
Dat is vogelmelk, dat is een stinsend plant.
Aha,
Hè, die komt op bijna niet meer voor.
juist, juist. One of the Dutch flowers that are almost wiped out. It's like a weed, but the nature doesn't produce them at all anymore. And that is the grave of one of the verzetstrijders. One of the underground, one of the guerrillas, as they would be called now by the Germans. I hope I can get it in there. Vallen in de street. Geen onrecht en slavernij. Dat wij vrede, verrecht en vrijdom waaitje. 1945. In de neem, rustplaats van rustplaats van onze geliefde zoon en broeder Albertus Nauta, born 10th of February 1923, died, fell the 8th of the 3rd of 45 op de woeste hoeve bij Apeldoorn. Please pray prayer 199. Renauta, Anauta, Braaksma, Hutje, Jan, Jan.
We doen hem dadelijk misschien aan bij de pier, hè?
Ja, dat is zo, ja.
Dus ik hou pak bakhuis van Heidegger.
Ja, dat heb jij het, ja.
Ja.
There is the church.
Dit is allemaal nieuw.
Hi. Dit is allemaal oud, Nelly.
Ja, zit weer. Oh ja, sorry.
That's the burial stone of Parker's boss, the one he worked with for about 25, 30 years. And these are the soldiers that fell around here and are buried here. And that is the grass rake of the Frisian farmer. The Swiler. The war memorials. Quite a lot. Quite a lot. I'll see if I can get a few names on there. Air Gunner, Canadian Air Force. 27th of 24th of May 1943, 8:27. Air Gunner, Royal Air Force, 8:21. And so on and so on. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, altogether about 40. And that is the last resting place of Parker. Wie moeder haar namen nog net op.
Oh, nee.
Whatever passes, you will stay. A last look at the war graves. That is the man who taught me baking. And the bottom one, Frau, I knew her very well. The middle one, I've hardly known her. That's the bucket, Nelly. The church. And Cray, from about what time is the church? Around 1670. Since about 1100 a church has been in this spot. And this is the treden, no? Er wie een turfstien in hier, rond 1100. En daarna nog eens hier. En dan deze. Yeah, this one was built after the Reformation of the mid 1500s. So it was built as a Christian Reformed church, not as a Catholic church. But the churches that stood here before, in all likelihood, were Catholic churches. And Tante Gray spends a lot of her spare time going into churches like this and giving talks about the history of the church and about what happened, what type of architecture is used and so on, and to enhance the visit of a church, to tell about the organ, where and when it was built, and so on and so on. So have a look again at the tower.